Guys, it's Freedom Friday. Good morning. Get up. Let's get going. Good morning. Good morning. Tag a friend, like, share. Say, hey, she's on. Let's get this day started. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I love each and every one of you. Thank you all for coming on and liking and sharing and liking and sharing. Hey, Jackie. Good morning, Browder. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Cindy. Good morning. Hey, Alexia. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, guys. As you come on, please like and share. Please go ahead and like and share. Good morning, Denny. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Michonne. Good morning. It is a great day. I'm excited, y'all. I'm drinking my water. I'm up. I'm ready. Faith on trial. That's what we're talking about. It's all about exposed today. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yes. Good morning, Bern. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Ladybug. Hey, Centrell. Hey, Kenneth. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's Friday, and we are about to get it going. Hey, Brutho. Good morning, Yvonne. Good morning, Tanisha. Hey, Mike. Good morning, Christy. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Avril. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Celeste. So I have to tell you guys, as I'm on right now, I have my phone here and I can see, and I want to say before we even get started, I am overwhelmed right now with emotion because I'm so thankful and grateful because I see the orders as they're coming up across my phone. Good morning, Nanette. Good morning, Mika. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Kabibi. Good morning. Good morning. Thank y'all so much. Like y'all getting me overwhelmed before I even get into my message. So good morning, Tyson. Good morning, Jashandra. Good morning, Deborah. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Yolanda. Good morning, everybody. Hi, Leanna. Good morning. I'm glad you set that alarm. Yes, it's explosion day, Rutho. Say that part. So this morning, guys, before we get started, I am just, I've been up, I've been meditating. I was on the God Zone this morning listening to a powerful word about my provider. So I'm excited about that. And, as I sit here and I said, okay, it's time for us to go ahead and get this day started. It's time for me to, okay, here we go. I'm sorry. So yes, guys, good morning, good morning. I apologize. I have some people calling me and some people just jumping on my Zoom with me. So it's a good thing. Hey, Natalie, good morning. So this morning as I got up, I started meditating on my word. And this morning it was surrounding Job. And we're all familiar with Job. So, I was like, okay, Lord, I understand what you're saying. I see the correlation because as I went through this journey with Freedom by Design and even writing the book Exposed, when he gave me the title initially, I was like, okay, I'm exposing people. And he was like, no, I'm exposing you. And I'm like, whoa, that looked a little bit different. And I realized that there have been so many times in my life where, I relied on stuff and he removed it. I relied on people and he removed it. I thought a lot of those things gave me my identity, but he had to show me, had to expose me to myself to say, no, all of these things, all of these people, all of this stuff, all of the accolades, all of that, that's not about you, that's about me. So don't you get so excited and connected to those things that you forget about me, your provider. And I had to realize that it wasn't the work of man. Man wasn't putting me in position to accomplish, to do, to be. God was in my life moving and orchestrating things out of my way. He was putting things in my way to slow me down when I needed to be slowed down. He was doing things so that I could keep my focus on him, not to be all over the place, not to be writing my own design, not to be writing my own journey, but so that he would have his hand in it, over it, and I would realize who it was, that it wasn't me, it wasn't them, it wasn't they, it was nobody but him. And this morning, as I mentioned a second ago, I was meditating on Job, and I was reminded something as I was reading through the text, and it was one word that popped out, and it was allowed. God allowed Satan to test Job because he knew Job was his faithful servant. He knew that Job would pass the test. And on this morning, I said, oh my goodness, the test was a lot. The tests were many in this journey and writing the book Exposed. And there were times that I was weak. I got tired. I was frustrated. but he knew I would pass the test. He knew that I would be able to finish it, even when I thought that I wasn't going to be able to, even when I was like, okay, Lord, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Sometimes I would sit on my computer and I would just be stuck. I couldn't go on anymore. I would have to change my environment and situations so that I could write. And there are times when I went back and looked at the words, and I promise you, family, I didn't even know where those words came from. I was like, oh my God, did I write this? I was so nervous. It was a lot going on, and I was so grateful that I had good people, and I still have good people around me, and not just good people, God-fearing people, praying people who were interceding on my behalf, people who were that I did not even know, they're praying for me. So that's why it's so good to be surrounded with a good faith-based community. I talk all the time about the God Zone. It is, and when you hear, you might be like, well, what is the God Zone? It's where I start my day. I can get fed the word. I can meditate on the word. I can hear it from a different perspective. I hear songs, with good God-fearing people. Is no judgment. I can be me. You don't have to come from a certain walk of life. People just share and they pour. And that thing helped to push me through this process, because when I went through writing this book, I experienced a lot of feelings that I buried. Now, I know maybe it's just me. Maybe you all don't bury your past, but there were some things that I literally forgot that happened. And in my process of talking to family members and, just bringing some things to the forefront that I had to include, it was hard. Sometimes I got sad. Sometimes I got really happy. But, when I thought about the community where I was raised, I was excited about that. But those times where my father was not there, which was a big piece of my journey, and it still shapes, where I am right now. It shapes the woman who I am today. I realized how deeply rooted that was, but he gave me the strength to be able to move forward. And not that just the strength, he gave me the ability to write with integrity, to have a gentle pen, because he said to me, Trina, this is not about you exposing other people again. This is about me exposing you. It's about you being able to take that spiritual spanking and be able to put it on paper so somebody else can see. Even though I came from humble beginnings, I still came. And he was with me all the way, because I promise you, family, when I look back at how I left Miami and how things just began to take place in Georgia, I didn't know people here. And people often say, well, who did you know so that you could get that job or that position? And, I was like, I actually didn't know anybody. I didn't know, I just filled out a piece of paper and doors were open, and people would be like, oh, no. And I'm like, it was God. Those doors were opening. It was God. There were positions I got that I didn't even apply for. I wasn't looking for an advertisement, but he was moving me where he needed me to be. And there were things I tried to do and doors closed, because he had to show me and expose me to myself that it wasn't going to be my way. It was going to be his way over and over again. And I promise you guys, when I looked at that stuff on black and white, some of it made me cry. Some of it took me back to a place. So in this writing process, I experienced so many highs, so many, and I can't say lows. It was just the remembrance of things that it brought back some very painful memories. And I had to spend a lot of time in my closet on my knees, because, just like Job, I understood that my exposure, it wasn't punishment. In fact, it was just preparing me for what he had next. So much so that I want to share with you guys the day that I finished my actual last edit and I clicked save, and I was getting ready to close my computer, I got a call from a person who she is, and I'll tell you, her name is Faith. She is a business partner of mine. She also is a part of the God Zone movement. Literally, when I hit the last key, she called me and she said, Katrina, God has told me 3 different times today, I didn't want to do this, but he was like, I needed to call you and tell you, because I had a dream and you were in it. And it was a prophetic word. And she said, you were looking at something that was, it was a black something in your hand, a book, not even a book. She said a square shape, and light was coming through it. It was dark, but the light was coming through it. And immediately I called one of my sisters in Christ, and we started talking and kind of praying over that thing, and the Holy Spirit started to reveal exactly what it was. Because what had once consumed me, those deep things in my past that made me feel like I was less than, that I wasn't equipped, that I had to work even harder to prove myself, those things now I held in the palm of my hand, or I was able to hold them in my hand. What once consumed me and wrapped me up now was in my hand. And the beauty was that the light was shining through that thing. So all of it was exposed. I was being exposed. He was exposing himself to me. The light was shining. So where I thought I wasn't worthy, where I thought I couldn't sit, or where people spoke that I couldn't do a certain thing, God now was preparing that thing right there in the presence of everybody, so everybody would be able to see. So I would be able to know just how good he is. I would know all I have to do is follow the light. I don't have to worry about what appears to consume me. I don't have to worry about what a thing looks like, because he said, I'm going to do this. So again, I had to be faithful. And it was so amazing, because even after getting that prophetic word and revelation, I took 2 trips in the process of writing the book, because I needed my mind to be clear. I went to the beach twice. Once we went to Hilton Head, the last time we went to Destin. Family, I was overwhelmed. It was so much going on. And when I got back, I texted my girlfriend and I said, I am exhausted. I said, I'm struggling. And she said, we text a little more, and because she always is connected with me. And of course it was Bernadette. She said, are you struggling or are you overwhelmed? And she know I don't like that word, overwhelmed. Everybody knows I don't like that word. And I was like, I took a deep breath and I texted her back and I said, I'm overwhelmed. And she explained, she was like, sis, you're at a critical point, which I was in the birthing process. This was before that, submitting everything. It's like, oh my goodness. She was like, you are at the end of this labor and you have to push. Nobody can do it for you. He wants you to birth this thing. You have to push. So even when deadlines were missed, even when things weren't happening on my timetable, it still was happening according to his, because he wanted to see how bad did I want to serve him. Not how bad I wanted the book, but how bad did I want it? How much would I surrender? How committed was I to the process? And I swear, family, when I kept going and I was tired, I was exhausted, it seemed like things were coming out of the woodwork at me. Everything that would normally be an issue or a problem, finances, issues with family, he removed all of that stuff. But I had to deal with what he put in front of me, and he knew I didn't want to deal with it. And I definitely didn't want to deal with it in a public situation where I had to put it into paper. But he said, you know what, you're going to have to do that. Another verse that I was meditating on this morning was Luke 9:23. And it says, if anyone deserves to come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. Whew. In this process, I had to deny myself. I had to deny what I wanted in the flesh. I had to deny when I wanted to write about something else or do something else that would have made me feel good. Something that I could have said, oh, well, this is a feel good or a how to, but he didn't ask me to set the right a how to. He wanted me to show others that, you know what, it's possible, it's doable. You can live this thing that we call life and you'll be okay. And I was so committed to following him that I had to let go of some stuff. I had to let go of some people. I had to completely surrender myself. And I say it right now easily, but it's not hard because it's a task each and every day. But I jump up every day ready for the task. I jump up every day ready to go. So I'm excited about this process. And I realized that, you know what? I can't have my own agenda while I'm serving him. It has to be his way or no way at all. So when I was sitting and I was going back and forth with my inner circle and we were trying to come up with, okay, let's meditate on this tagline and what is it supposed to be? When the tagline came, it made perfect sense. And the book is titled Exposed. The tagline is Revealed in His Presence, because that is exactly what has happened. And I'm not perfect, and I will never say that I am. I continue to have areas that I work on in my life, but family, I'm so grateful that he chose to use me. I am so grateful that I can totally be exposed so that even if it's one person that picks up the book and reads the story and says, you know what, even though I started here, I know I can make it because I'm not going to be by myself. I know that Jehovah Jireh is my provider. I know that he is El Rohi and he sees me and he's going to take me. I know I don't have to rely on man to do a thing. He might use man to bring things to me and to help propel and push me, but my reliance comes to him. So guys, I'm excited this morning. So excited. So like I said, I'm looking at the Facebook, but I'm also seeing posts on my phone. So thank you guys in advance for ordering your pre-launch copy. The official launch is September 7th. So those of you who are ordering now, you are going to get something a little extra special in your copy, and they will mail out at the end of the month. So I'm excited. You see the information. But before I leave, I wanted to share with you guys the back of the book, what's actually on there. I wanted to read it to you so you can hear it. And it says, broken crayon, still color. I chuckled to myself and said, did she really go there on page 1? Her introduction to this book instantly drew me in. I knew that I was about to embark on an emotional journey that would alter my perspective. Every chapter of this book seemed familiar, like I was there. Without even realizing it, I began to look at my own life through a different lens. Throughout the book, I smiled, laughed, related, even cried. When I found myself talking back at the book, I knew that I had my hands on something better than good. Exposed is transformative. Written by Bernadette Wright, CEO of Blue Phoenix Enterprises and attorney at law. So I was super excited that my sister wrote that, and that was just a snippet of what she wrote, but we had to put that on the back. So just kind of letting you know that it's some good stuff in it. And I always say, be gentle with me because it is me poured out in a way that normally I'm not. And when you guys get the book and you start reading, especially that forward, the first word that describes me is guarded. So I'm not one that would just come out and spill the beans. This has been a real process. And when I say spill the beans, I don't mean on anybody else. I mean on myself. I mean sharing the parts of me that typically I wouldn't want anybody to see. You know, I would prefer to put on my clothes and come on out and y'all see me like this, but this is not every part of me. You know, this is today, but there are 46 years prior to today that were filled with a whole lot of stuff. So this morning, guys, I'm excited. I see. Thank you, Avril. I see. Yes. And Bernadette, don't give it away. I see you saying it's good. Guys, I'm excited. When I tell you, I have to thank my editor, Joel Boyce. I also had another editor. Her name was Rhonda, my photographers, because I had two, Goldie Love and Angela O'Reilly. So when you see the pictures and all of that stuff that's starting to come out, y'all don't get tired of me, but I got to push it out because God told me I had to do something before September 7th, before the official launch. So I am being obedient. You'll see me talk about it. You'll see it promoted. And I pray that you will assist me in making sure that this book, you know, it gets out to the people that it's supposed to get out to. So I love y'all. I'm excited. Thank you. Please go ahead and go to www.freedombydesign1.com and go ahead and order your copy. So when it's time, you will have it. So yes, thank you, Frankie. And guys, the first person who God used to speak to me and say I was supposed to write a book was my husband. I was like, boy, he got me doing Freedom by Design. He wants me to talk. He does not want me to write. You know, I'm done with writing. But hey, I love it. I'm excited. And we are on the end of that thing. So I can't wait. And also, y'all see I'm rocking my Exposed t-shirt. So yeah, you know, we always have to have a t-shirt for it. So I'm excited. Thank you so much, guys. I love each and every one of y'all. Please like, and share the post today so that we can get it out to as many people as possible. Y'all have a fantastic Friday, and I look forward to seeing you on Monday. Have a great one. Be safe. I love y'all. Protect yourself and take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.